Okay, have you heard of this? Grinding concealer butter. A grindable concealer. That's new to me. I'm interested in that. And also because Sakura season, cherry blossom season is right around the corner, Dasique is also releasing a cherry blossom inspired makeup collection, as well as the fact that Clio is collaborating with Harry Potter. I don't know how they managed to secure the IP, but girl, it must have been pretty expensive to pay for the right. But at the same time, that collection I think is gonna sell like mad. Anyway, hello, welcome to the What's New in K-Beauty, your favorite speed review roundup of all of the new K-Beauty releases. I do these monthly where I kind of like talk about my honest thoughts and opinions of what's new and trending and what might be popular, might not be popular. Maybe I can like psych myself out from buying all of these new makeup releases and maybe help you out as well. So without further ado, let's get into it. Let's start off with Dasique first because the number of collections they have released ever since our last What's New in K-Beauty is quite a number. So first up, their Sakura inspired one, their collection is called Pink Blossom. This one you get 2 eyeshadow palettes, 2 pure water lip gloss, as well as the fact that they have released individual eyeshadows in the shape of a sakura petal. I believe this is a limited edition collection because I read somewhere that the moment cherry blossom season is over, they are discontinuing this. So I'm like, okay, fair. Actually thinking about it now, didn't Dasique do a cherry blossom palette before? I remember one of you actually told me about it and telling me like your experience with it wasn't that great. It's a little bit chalky. So I am curious to see how this will actually perform. Will I run out to go and buy it? I don't think so, but not gonna lie, the purple palette is calling my name. Are we surprised at this point? Really coming from me? I am looking at swatches and I feel that the eyeshadow palettes themselves are very bright in color story. I feel like they have a lot of white pigment in it, so it's just very like pastel, bright, vibrant. We've seen color stories like this from every other brand, so the only difference or deal breaker it's just that this is Dasique's eyeshadow formula, which I know for a fact that the ones at least in 9-pan shadows, those are great formula, I love. I've never tried this particular art palette kind of thing, which I am curious, but I'm not gonna run out and buy it. And also the colors are looking very, very similar to one another, as if like they're repetitive and they're kind of duping one another in my humble opinion. The 2 new shades for the Pure Water Lip Gloss number 15 and 16, they are very light, bright, again, white pigment in them, very reminiscent of colors like, you know, the whole bunny tongue trend. I don't know if you guys are on TikTok, but like bunny tongue trend was like super duper popular maybe like last year. Personally, I feel like colors like these don't really look good on me personally because I feel that my lip color has to be like tonally deeper a little bit, so this is too light, too bright, might wash me out a little bit. So normally I actually stay away from colors like this, but I'm very curious to hear from you guys if you have tried out the pure water lip gloss from Dasique, because it does look really, you know, watery, very, not say juicy, but it's just very like water gloss surface vibes kind of thing. So I am a little bit curious about it. The day comes where Dasique does like a cherry deep red of this, maybe for like Christmas or something. Can you imagine? That is something I will get onto. And then we have the single eyeshadows, 10 different shades. And honestly, based off Dasique's official, you know, hand arm swatch, these colors look like they were just plucked out from whatever pink blossom palette that they have, and then, you know, just put it into a individual eyeshadow itself. The only color that is maybe appealing of some sorts is maybe number 10, which is the kind of like dusty brownish pink kind of color, which I think it's pretty cute. But between 1 and 9, these are colors that are easily available in any Korean beauty eyeshadow palette. And I think it's a very, how would I put it? It's very smart of Dasique to do this whole single eyeshadow collection thing, right? But they make the packaging very catchy, attractive, very pretty. Because let's face it, if I were to take these colors and just have it in like a single pan eyeshadow or in a very basic packaging, you know, open close clasp, nothing sexy about it, I don't think you will be that appealed by this, right? It's the whole like sakura petal thing that is really, you know, catching my attention, and I'm trying to look the other way and think objectively, okay, this is just cute packaging. Do not fall for it. You shouldn't fall for it. I shouldn't fall for it. But sometimes I'm a clown and I do make mistakes. But really, I don't need this. And honestly speaking, I don't reach for single eyeshadows at all because I would prefer to get a palette. Also, wait, let me see how much these individual single eyeshadows cost. So the single eyeshadows cost $12 each on OLIVEYOUNG's global website. And then the shadow palette itself in this collection costs $42. But in that palette, you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, depending on how you want to like count the shades and all that. About 10 shades. I think in terms of variety and cost and all that kind of thing, you want to break it down, right? It is so much more worth it to get the shadow palette. Math is mathing. Given a choice, I would probably get the shadow palette because really, the colors look the same. If they offered a different formula, a different texture, different color story, most importantly, it's just pretty packaging. We don't need it, okay? We're gonna move on. This next collection is permanent and probably just released by the time you guys see this. This is called their Milky Fruits collection, releasing on the 1st of March. Soaked in soft milk, inspired by the colors of sweet fruits. And I believe that they are releasing a new product type for the little lip jar things. So okay, let's break it down. You get 2 9-pan eyeshadow palettes, one warm, one cool again. And then you get 2 cheek palettes. This time around, I believe they are in a cream finish, which I don't think Dasique has done a really creamy, solid cheek product, Normally, when they did do cheek products, they're either baked or if not powdered. They have never done a cream formula yet, so this is actually very, very interesting to see. The warm tone one is called Milky Apricot and the cool tone one is called Milky Berry. I also do see that if you purchase it on the OLIVEYOUNG website or in OLIVEYOUNG itself, there is a special little like package deal. Like if you buy the eyeshadow palette, you get a single eyeshadow for free, which I think is a little cute and nice touch. Personally, I like buying the OLIVEYOUNG sets because they usually kind of give a little sneak peek of what the brand might be potentially planning to release in the future. Like the time when I bought the ice cream collection, they released little nail polishes with next to the palette itself, which was a nice little set. Did Dasique eventually release nail polishes? No, they did not. Also, the nail polishes weren't that great quality, to be honest. But I feel like it's a nice touch, to be honest. Like, oh, I'm getting a little something extra, that kind of thing. And also usable. Now, for both of these eyeshadow palettes, they are matte. Pure matte eyeshadow palettes. Not a satin, not a semi-matte with a little bit of flicker of shimmers in there. No, these are pure mattes, which I'm actually quite surprised to see. Not a lot of K-beauty brands would do a pure matte eyeshadow palette, so it is hard to come by, and I do like the fact it's pure matte because sometimes when you come across matte or semi-matte with like little specks of shimmers in the palette itself, and then the shimmer kind of falls onto your cheek area, kind of a pain to deal with, honestly. But yeah, I think these are pretty nice pure matte eyeshadow palettes. Do I need this? No. Do I probably have colors like this laying somewhere in my eyeshadow collection? Yeah, most probably. If you're getting into makeup, I would recommend checking out a palette like this. When it comes to eyeshadow, when it comes to building up like your layers, the shadow, creating depth and all that kind of jazz, kind of stuff, matte eyeshadow palettes are one of the best ways to learn how to apply eyeshadows. So this would be great. And also you got your one warm, one cool. Would I appreciate if they had done another color story? I'm so done with the same cool, warm, can we do something like jewel tone, neutral, something a little smokier, a little grungier, you know, something different. But also, I think it also comes with the nuances where, you know, like K-beauty ties in really closely with like Korean culture and things like that. I think Asian culture in general, speaking as an Asian myself, it's more of a, you know, follow the norm kind of thing. So I kind of understand it. Everyone wants to look a certain way, nothing too like screaming out there like, look at me kind of thing, which I think sometimes very like fun colors like your jewel tones, smokiness, grunginess, it gets, you know, attraction in like not the best way. I'm going on a tangent right now. I realized that, okay, zip, but that's a story for another day. But yeah, I mean, okay, I think it's cute. It's cute for, you know, the clean girl aesthetics. It's cute. Now moving on, we have the, I believe it's called the Jello Lip Tint if I am not wrong. It's like their potted lip product, but in a jelly form, like a glossy formula. And obviously, this was kind of, we saw this coming because once the free blurry pudding pods, the velvety finish, matte finishes, that went viral, right? Brands probably will like, okay, now how do we stretch this hype of a potted lip product even longer? Let's do a new formula of it. So, I mean, Free also did their own take of, you know, like a creamy, glossy finish of that potted lip product. And now we have one from Dasique as well. So I wasn't, you know, too surprised to see it. The Chewing Glow Pad, there are 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 20 colors. If you were to buy the OLIVEYOUNG exclusive set, it does come with a little key ring so you can depot some of the product and put it into your key ring and reapply it on the go. You don't have to lug the whole pot itself, which I think it's cute. And this also comes with its own built-in applicator, which I have to give credits and props to Dasique for that. Whenever they do a new product type, they innovate with the packaging, and I don't think any other brand has done built-in applicators for potted lip products. Usually you will have to carry the sponge silicone applicator, like it's another product. This one is built in and it's a silicone tip applicator, if I'm not wrong. Yes. So respect and credits to Dasique for that. In terms of like the color itself, just realized it's Chewing Glow Pot. I swear the font of it made it look like it was an A. Don't come for me, okay? But I must say, 20 shades of this, correct? Which sounds like, wow, that's a lot of variety. But when you look at the actual like lip swatches itself, they are this kind of like the standard K-beauty shades. Like, you know, you have your warm, your cool, and more or less, there are some like overlap for certain shades, I feel, or they sit like a little bit too close to each other. So for example, maybe like number 6 and number 8, like the product lip swatch itself, it looks too close to one another. And I think that's the difference between like Dasique and like Free's lip swatches, because when I look at Free's lip swatches and their variety of colors, right, you actually can tell the difference that, okay, these colors actually look different from one another. This one from Dasique, they're like, you know, they're looking a little bit too similar, sister. So I don't know if I had the choice. If you were asking like, oh my god, Crystal, which one will you get? Maybe 20? 20 is actually kind of like a bit of that greyish, dusty kind of color. But you see, 20 and 19, yeah, a little bit too close. Maybe 19 has a drop more of redness and vibrance to it. But so close to 20 to the point where it's like, do you really want to take the risk and buy like side-by-side colors? So yeah, that's my personal gripe. I don't think I'll get this. I think I might go back on my words later. And also I'm on a low buy, for those who don't know. So I'm really trying to rein it in. I hope that if I do see this in Japan itself, maybe I get the chance to swatch it. Maybe I can just like, hey guys, it's here, alright? How does it feel on the spot? You know, just say it out loud, feel it. But would I buy it to feel it and try and test it for myself? I don't think so. Looking at the palm swatches of it, that looks super duper pigmented and also legit looks like jello, like the reflectiveness of it. You can see the skin kind of peeking through a little bit, but at the same time, that clarity of color, Oh, stop. I don't need this. The person who ever took this is probably adding like lights like all over the place to make sure you catch the reflectiveness and the wetness of how it looks like. That like dusty purple color, that is so pretty. No, but I'm also not a fan of like wet lip products. Like lip glosses, I'm not a huge fan of it, honestly, because I find that they always get caught in my hair. Like jelly lip tints, like maybe the Amuse Dew gel tints or the Raw Man Lasting Water tints, those are fine. But like wet products that don't set on the lips, not a big fan of it. So okay, Crystal, stop looking at it. I do not need it. Stop. For the cream cheek blushes, I feel like these two color stories, right, the apricot and the berry color, they have done colors like this, but in a powder formula, and now they're doing a cream version of it. So I'm not surprised. But I must say that they are actually looking very, very pigmented. So I am a little bit intrigued by it. Is this my era of where I will try to go back into warm tone makeup? Because I don't know, if you've been here long enough, I've been on a cool tone kick for a really, almost like what, two years at this point. The peachy apricot color, I have a feeling that may or may not work out. I'm a little bit scared. Should I like potentially waste money for a color story that might not look the most flattering on me? I wish they had done something a little bit more neutral, maybe a little bit more sandy kind of color. Because the berry tone one, as much as I know this would definitely somehow or other, it will look good on me, I have colors like this already, and again, like I said, low buy, trying to not, waste money. If they came out with another color story in this cream formula, I am much more obliged to check it out, because this one is actually, this might go on a wish list. I am curious how these cream formulas would perform and act and sit on the skin, especially when it comes from a K-beauty brand. Next up, we have Raw Man, and they have a couple of new releases. The first one being the Juicy Roll Cheek. Comes in 6 different colors. You have number 1, Rare Apple, number 2, Dragonberry, number 3, White Peach, number 4, Apricot Beige, 4, Nougat Cocoa, and number 6, Bear Grape. What do you guys think of this? I'm so curious to hear your thoughts, because when I saw this, the first thing that came to my mind was EOS lip balm. I'm surprised to see that Raw Man chose to go with this particular packaging. Maybe it's the appeal of it being, circular, cute, like a ball, and the idea of, maybe like rolling it onto your cheeks. But honestly speaking, I wouldn't recommend doing that, because if you were to, for example, take the product and just like put it on your cheeks like that, right? I feel like one way or another, it's going to disrupt the foundation underneath your skin. This particular cream cheek product, right, it does not seem as pigmented as the Dasique one, so probably you have to swirl it on your fingertips, and then you start like tapping it in, then you will get that like radiance look. Oh, but I see people actually just like rubbing it in. Oh my god. Has any one of you tried this? Please let me know. I realize that ROM-N, whenever they do new makeup releases nowadays, right, they will always include a Bear Grape equivalent in their lineup. So I guess it's pretty smart as well, because if you think about it, if anyone has tried out Bear Grape and they love that color so much because, it's also viral as well internationally, then if they do a new makeup release, which is maybe hyped up, and somebody wants to try it out, they want to go for a safer bet, then obviously they will go for the Bear Grape color, right? Which I would do the same as well. No, I do not need new makeup. Stop it, Crystal. Number 2, Dragonberry. That color is really cute. Reminds me of dragon fruit. Wow. Dragon fruit. It looks like a super vibrant hot pink, but on the cheeks, at least for the product pictures, doesn't seem like such. Ooh. But see, here's the thing. If I were to get this, living in a humid climate here in Singapore, right, in order to get that, radiance and wet shine look, I cannot set this blush down. If you live in a humid environment, you know that you have to set your makeup down. If not, things are gonna slip around, fall apart, break apart really fast. So it's I know this product might do well in another climate that's cooler and drier. Maybe someone who has drier skin, this will look great on them. But for me, if I want to achieve this type of radiance, maybe if I were to stand outside for the next like 1 hour or so, then probably I'll get the same look and feel. I'm thinking in my head as well that if I were to like set this down with powder, right, I don't think much will actually show up because the pigmentation itself is pretty light. The beauty of this product is truly in the radiance of it. So maybe if I get a brighter color, then it might show up a little bit better. But if not, colors like apricot beige and bear grape might not even show up on my skin once I set it down. That's the harsh reality of it. Roman is also releasing new shades of the renewed Juicy Lasting Lip Tint. This is part of their Rare Juicy collection, the whole 5 shades of them. They have 25 Blackberry, 26 Mystic Peach, 27 Honeydew Melon, 28 Snow Strawberry, 29 Joseon Fig, 30 Bear Maron. I didn't know such a word existed, but okay, Maron. I know for a fact that number 25, Blackberry, is gonna go viral on TikTok and everyone's gonna like start swatching it and all that. For me personally, I don't think I will pick up 25. As much as I say that, oh my god, I want like tonally deeper lip tints, I don't necessarily want a black lip tint. It's not my makeup style. I do like things tonally deeper, but not like this. I would be curious to see if people can like layer up maybe lighter lip tint color and then they kind of apply a little bit of blackberry on the inner lip to, you know, make it a little bit more smoky and vampy. That's an idea, I guess. Curious about, I think is it number 27, Honeydew Melon. I believe this shade should be kind of like a reformulation or just like a new updated shade for their very, very popular, was it Honey Bee something, Honey Peach Bee or something. That was a lip tint color that I was trying so hard to get my hands on online. I tried to search it out online. It was like, what, $20, $21 for one lip tint. It was so expensive. When I went to Japan last year, I was trying to find it. I couldn't find it. I'm pretty sure that was a Japan exclusive shade as well. So I was like so disappointed. So this honeydew lemon color, I have a sneaking suspicion that is like their new renewed version. Really curious. I don't need any more lip tints because my lip tint drawer is going to burst any moment. So I really, really need to rein it in. And I'm just trying to tell myself like, will I survive if I don't buy any of these lip tints? Yeah. Will I be a little bit sad that I don't own any of it? Maybe like a 5%. I'm a little bit sad, but life goes on. OLIVEYOUNG is doing their sales right now, like their 2025 first ever Big Bang sale kind of thing. So now Roman is also having their mini lip tint kind of thing in conjunction with the sale. So there are 3 different shades. Also, this was this Sexy AI Cheek Planning Set. Dang, this Instagram freaky. What the heck? There's something called Apricot Beige and Bear Grape. I'm just making informed decisions. But I do see 3 different lip tints of different shades. One is a pinky one is a brownie beige, as well as the reddish one. And then I think they have this, I've never seen this before. It's like a highlighter with like a balmy, wet flex shimmer kind of thing. Very interesting. Low-key reminds me a little bit of Space Cowboy. Oh my god, I am so tired. My brain is really not braining at all. My gosh. Okay, anyway. There's one with a white base and kind of like a silvery white reflex. And then there's one with like a champagne beige and a little bit more skin-like, I feel. Surprisingly enough, I actually prefer the champagne looking one. Ooh, that one is actually pretty. I wonder if Roman ever plans to do like a highlighter like that. Because it does seem like highlighting is making a huge comeback in K-beauty for 2025. So, I hope they actually do sell that individually. Let's talk about Clio and the huge collaboration that they're doing with Harry Potter. My gosh. They're coming out with 3 of their Pro Eye Palette Air, as well as 4 of the Crystal Glam tints, as well as a limited edition Kill Cover Found Wear Cushion, the original, in a special Harry Potter packaging with Lumos? I always thought it was Luminous. Don't come for me. I was never a fan. Not say I'm a hater or what, but I just never really got into Harry Potter even as a child. I do like the purple packaging though. I think it's very pretty. Just saying. But the cushion foundation itself is only available in limited shades, so 19C, 21C, 21N. This is already available on OLIVEYOUNG Korea, March 1st, so this has already dropped. I have seen this collection on Singapore's Shopee website as well. Everything is available, so if you are based in Singapore, you're a Harry Potter fan, then honestly, I highly recommend you just buying from Shopee instead. The official store. Just saying, you can stack your discounts. It is so much more worth it. And yeah, let me see. Oh my god, the eyeshadow palette. I want to talk about the eyeshadow palettes because even though I'm not a Harry Potter fan, I actually really like the one with a little, what's it called, like the red shimmer if I'm not wrong. For the Pro Eye Palette Air, the 3 palettes are number 16 Harry Potter, number 17 Hermione Granger, number 18 Ronald Weasley. I would categorize number 16 Harry Potter as like a neutral warm palette because the red shimmer itself, I guess it kind of signifies a little like, you know, lightning flash on his forehead kind of thing, the scar. I think it's really cute, honestly, if you were to think about the character itself. But objectively speaking, if you were to cover up the red shimmer and look at everything by itself, it's actually a very boring palette. It's a very, you know, 50 Shades of Beige kind of color. But I also understand that, you know, K-beauty, again, the culture is such where you don't want your makeup to stand out too much. This red is like a, oh my god, screaming for attention kind of moment. But the rest of the palette is very versatile. You probably can use it for work as well. It's a daily wear, school, work. I think this will fit in very well. Very neutral. I realized that the bottom row is super neutral and borderline a little bit grayish. Then the top row itself is very peachy, warm, a lot of reds in it. So actually it's kind of like a nice half and half moment. I don't hate it. Do I wish that there was more than just peaches, browns, and beiges? Yes. But it's something different at least from Clio. I feel like at least they're trying a little bit. For number 17, Hermione Granger. It's a very typical light, cool summer kind of palette. I mean, it's a very standard staple in every new K-beauty release. Objectively speaking, just like talking about the color story itself, the pop of pastel purple is like, oh my god, screaming my name. It's so cute. But if I were to, again, cover the pastel purple and look at the rest of the palette, it's a sea of pinks. And some of the pinks are kind of like duping themselves again. Like, do we really need the same 2 pinks, like the ones that are diagonally across each other? You know, like the pastel purple and then like the pink at the bottom. It's too similar. I don't understand why. Why can't they do something a little bit different? Give us something a little bit extra, you know. It's cute, yeah, it's very wearable. It's a very safe palette for girls who want to do, you know, more experimental looks but still kind of lean into the feminine side of things. Then yes, totally go for this. I'm not really sure about Hermione's character in general, so I can't really see and vision how this would tie to her. And we have Ronald Weasley, number 18. This palette, I feel like it's a light spring palette. It's very warm, and also is a lot of apricot-y, milky, white tone shades. So for me, this one is already a hard no. Like, just looking at it plainly, this is not a palette for me. This is not a color story that I would wear on myself because I would look so washed out with these colors. So, not for me, but I definitely can see this working for someone else. Just not me, someone who is very like clear, bright skin. If they wear this, I think this will look very good on them. But also, can I ask, what's the relationship with the car though? I don't remember Harry Potter characters driving cars. So yeah, I'm just very like weirded out a little bit. So you know what, whatever it is, let me know if you are a Harry Potter fan. which one of these palettes have your heart? We have 4 new shades of the Crystal Glam tints. We have number 21 Sugar Quill Red, a sheer and soft red. 22 Pumpkin Juice Coral, a lively light coral reminiscent. 23 Bertie Bott's Candy Floss Bean, a pure and clear pink. And 24 Chocolate Frog, a rich cocoa brown with a sweet chocolatey touch. Now, as not a Harry Potter stan, obviously I don't know the names and I don't know how it ties towards a story, but I'm very sure there's some like relation to it. For example, 24, Chocolate Frog, right? A rich cocoa brown with a sweet chocolatey touch. I wish 24 was more brown and more chocolatey than whatever it's giving right now. This is a very safe definition of chocolate, I guess, to K-beauty standard, but I just wish there was just something a little bit more. Everything kind of looks like that same equal level of like their brightness, saturation, and I don't know. I do own one of the Crystal Glam tints, and I must say that the formula of that, honestly speaking, I prefer the Crystal Glam tint formula over like the Raw Man Juicy Lasting tint. I feel like the quality is much better. But the thing I don't like about Clio's lip tint color selection is just that everything looks a little bit too repetitive. And in 23, kind of looking a little bit similar. Maybe 23 is definitely a little bit lighter and a little bit brighter and pinkier, but 21 is like reddish kind of color. I mean, it's sugar quill red, something along those lines, right? So it kind of makes sense, but you know, I wish there was just something a little bit different between everything. It just looks a little bit too similar. If I had to pick one, it'll probably be 24 Chocolate Frog, but again, I'm on a low buy. I'm beating a dead horse at this point. Low buy, I'm not going to pick up any of this. It's not because I'm like a hater of Harry Potter whatsoever. And just keep in mind, if I am not buying this collection, right, you have one less person to fight with to buy this. So I hope nobody like gets offended. Like, why don't you like Harry Potter? Why never you watch the videos and all that kind of, or read the books? I'm looking at the video clip of the unboxing of this collection. Wait, the Chocolate Frog color looks a little bit dusty and a little bit mauvey. I don't know if you can tell, but like this color at the bottom here. That's what I'm kind of wanting. Just want a bit more brown as well. Just a little bit more, but it's getting there, it's getting there. It even comes with like a little like pouch kind of thing, and it's like the Harry Potter map or something. I don't know. I'm gonna get crucified. I can feel it coming already. The cushion foundation itself, the compact, actually glows in the dark. Are you serious? Honestly speaking, when are we gonna use a glow in the dark cushion compact? I mean, it's cool to whip out in the middle of the club and be like, oh my god guys, like touching up, but when are you actually gonna do that? It's not like a deciding factor like, ooh, glow in the dark cushion compact, you know, that kind of thing. If ever, maybe I will get the Chocolate Frog Crystal Glam tint. But also, now that I look at like the swatches and all this like unboxing thing, right, I actually really like the Harry Potter palette. The Harry Potter palette actually looks quite not bad. And I low-key might want to dip my fingers or my eyeballs back into warm eyeshadow. Moving on, Clio also released new shades for their Butter Balm Crayon. 11 Peach Bite, 12 French Apricot, 13 Good Morning Apple, 14 Berry Spread, 15 Grape Topping. So this is already available already. And I've actually managed to swatch this in person only very, very recently. At the Watson store at Takashimaya. I do remember that with the first initial release, I was like very excited and like, oh my god, I really want to like try this out. And only like very recently, maybe like last month, then that I managed to swatch the Butter Balm crayons in person. And I must say that I'm glad that I didn't really get it because they are super duper slippery, and the feeling of it very waxy as well, and it's not something necessarily that I would want to put on my lips based off what I'm like swatching and all that kind of thing. Kind of glad that I didn't get it. And wait, let me see what new shades. Yeah, the new shades themselves, it's very standard. right? I mean, what, I don't know what else to say, but just like, oh, very typical K-beauty colors. The shade number 13, Good Morning Apple, that is probably like the most vibrant red color. 12 is like an amped up version of number 2. right? They're both of this like corally, orangey color. The colors that appeal to me the most is number 7, like the most dustier, grayish color. I love those kind of colors. So vibrant colors like this, I think for now I'm just getting a little bit tired of it. So yeah, you know what? If I ever go to town again in the near future and I get a chance, maybe I'll like swatch it for you guys. Then like you guys see for yourself like what I mean by like that thin, waxy texture that I'm just not a big fan of. The formula of this really reminded me of early 2000, late 90s when I was like still playing around my mother's makeup. They was also released their Slim Ash Brow Cara in 4 different shades. So you have number 1 Ash Pink, Light Muted Pink Brown, number 2 Light Ash, Bright Ash Brown, number 3 Natural Ash, Medium Tone Muted Ash Brown, number 4 Ash Grey, Natural Cool Grey Brow. For their Auto Hard Brow Pencils, they have released 2 new colors as well. Number 6 Taupe Grey and number 7 Grey Pink. Number 6 Taupe Grey is a natural mid-tone taupe grey. What a tongue twister. Number 7 Grey Pink is a soft grey pink for a gentle look. Oh, okay. Now, I have tried out Clio's brow caras before, back in maybe like, oh my god, my early baby makeup days, like 2016, 2017, and girl, those brows were thick. And those brow caras from Clio, right, they really like coat and color the brows very, very well. Now, I haven't tried out the brow cara recently in recent years, and I also have never tried their Auto Hard Brow Pencil. The Auto Hard Brow Pencils, or their brow pencils in general, are highly raved. People rave about them being like budge proof, they don't like move around, they last all day. So this is actually very interesting. I'm very curious about the brow caras. Neutralize unwanted yellow and red tones with the latest brow essentials. Ooh, okay. I remember when Peripera did the ash pink brow cara, and I said I wanted to try it because it's like a less harsh way, like a alternative way to kind of like bleach your brows temporarily, I guess, or have lighter brows for a change. But I never bought it. Ooh, but ash pink, okay. Maybe I will get the ash pink color. I wonder how this ash pink pales in comparison to the Peripera one. Because if you don't know, Clio and Peripera are of the same like parent company. They are like sister brands. So I wonder what is the color difference. Maybe I'll put on screen. You guys can see for yourself how different they look like. The brow mascaras originally are 14,000 won, but apparently upon release there's like a little bit of discounts, like 10,000. So 14,000 won is like what, 14, 15, 16 or $4. And then the brow pencil itself, whoa, originally it's 20,000 won, and there's a bit of discount that it's now 13,000 won. $20 for a brow pencil from a K-beauty brand. That's kind of expensive. If it was like maybe $15, $16, I'll be like, okay, I'll close one eye, and it's because it's Clio, right? Clio is like a, not say a super affordable brand, but it's like a mid-tier kind of thing. And I'll be like, okay, yeah, maybe $15, $16 kind of acceptable. $20 converted Singapore is like 21, maybe 22 sometimes. No, that's kind of pricey. I'm surprised to hear that the brow pencil costs more than the brow cara. Because in my head, I would think that the brow cara costs more than the brow pencil. This is from Luna, and they are coming out with this concealer called the Grinding Conceal Butter. Basically, it's kind of like a little container of some sorts, and when you twist it up, the concealer comes out, and then you kind of this like flat surface area to kind of thin out the concealer, and then maybe coat your brush with it, and then you apply the product. It makes so much sense. And this is so fascinating. Like, I've never seen a brand do this before, or at least a K-beauty brand. So yeah. Also, I've tried out Luna makeup before. I've tried out their concealers. I do have their concealers as well. Luna's concealers were very, very well known to be a dupe of the NARS Radiant concealers. The quality of it is so good, and they have very, very good adhesion. The only downside is that the shade range. The shade range is definitely not inclusive. It's, you know, the standard K-beauty 5 shades of paper white. So yes, so same thing unfortunately with the Grinding Conceal Butter. Porcelain is meant for 20 to 21. Ivory is meant for 19 to 21, and Salmon is meant for 22. So curious to see what's the texture going to be like, because it does seem like it has a little bit of like that thickness to it, like the body to it. It's not going to be like running all over the place like a liquid concealer, but neither is it as solid and as hard as a standard like pot concealer. I was looking for my pot concealer, but I feel like this is something like a nice in-between. This is my guess. Luna's new grinding concealer is, and without the primer and foundation, pore blurring plus white egg skin expression is possible. It's releases like this that get me so excited about makeup. Ooh, the coverage that one swatched. Oh my eyes are wide open. I'm so excited for this. Meet us at OLIVEYOUNG now. Ooh, 3 days ago. I guess this released on the 1st of March, so I guess this is already available already. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna check OLIVEYOUNG later on and like see whether I can get my hands on it. And I think those are the new makeup releases. I will throw any of the new makeup releases, like new, I haven't got the chance to talk about it, see it while I'm filming this. I will put all the videos, links, snippets, everything. I realize again that every single time when I add in all these like little snippets at the end, I don't have enough time to throw in everything. So I'm really just like trying to drag it out right now. But also like in summary, like when I think about it, when it comes to all of these new makeup releases, I realize that a lot of them I don't really need it, but it's also a bit of like the shiny coin syndrome of like, oh, I want everything new, that kind of thing, which sometimes I calm myself down, you know, take a nap. I realize that I actually don't need any of these new makeup releases. Like, do I really need an eyeshadow palette? No, I don't. But do I want it? Yeah. If it's gonna make me happy and a little bit less sad in life, then why not, right? Okay, Editing Crystal, I hope I managed to drag this out a little bit longer for you. And I think that's more or less it. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I hope you guys have a wonderful day wherever you are. And make sure to check out my other video, which you can check out over here.